All right, but let me talk to them.
Okay.
Tell them, hold on. Right? Act like a leader.
A whole bunch of it on Facebook Live. I was screaming the whole thing.
Yeah, this is perfectly fine. I'm gonna have to use my shotgun. You want to say anything? Just talk to him. I'm gonna ask you the questions, okay?
Okay.
Stand right over here.
All right. Cool.
Let me stop. Actually, I'm gonna be stand a little close, okay?
Yeah. Sure. Moran, MattheWMoran.
Walk me through what you saw and what were you doing up there?
I actually live right down at the bottom of the hill, so we heard all these sirens going off, saw the helicopter, and so I went out back and saw smoke, and my daughter, her boyfriend, and I ran up the hill and immediately started getting some video and seeing them. Really, at that time, the flames were all the way across kind of the line, you know, where you can see the fire engines over there. And then I knew they weren't up in Ascot. They came up our street, and I said, they're going to have to go up Ascot. And then a few minutes later, there they came. And they took care of it pretty quick, though.
What do you make of this happening so close to home?
You know, you live in an area where there's a park like this, and the funny thing is I was going outside to finish our brush abatement, so kind of put a little fire under my tail to make sure I get that done. But that's what I was actually doing right before it started, is I was getting my equipment all ready to clean our hillside off.
Have you ever seen any of this? Like anything like this?
Oh, yeah, you know, I grew up in Chatsworth, and we've seen some pretty big fires.
Now, I mean, is there any fear? I mean, you guys have these dogs, and like you say, your daughter. Is there any fear? Like, what goes through your mind?
No, I always worry about it. So for 4th of July, I'll sit up on top of my hill and see fireworks because we can see everything. But I'm up there part of the reason just because I worry about all the fireworks people have. There's people in our neighborhood that put off fireworks that seem as big as anything the city puts up. So it's kind of impressive. So we just make sure that we're keeping an eye on things. I have my hose ready, and that's the best we can do.
You mentioned impressive. Seeing these firefighters do work so quickly. What do you make of that?
Actually, it's funny because this was the first time I really watched them get everything unraveled and start, and kind of watching the teamwork. And I was like, wow, they're really calm. They're just kind of doing their work. It wasn't like there was a scramble. It was very methodical, but everything happened really fast. I was like, they're impressive. They know what they're doing for sure.
What's their family? What was their reaction?
My daughter came up. She just didn't want her dog to run into the fire, but she said she just loved watching all the excitement. We had a fire at our house in Arizona several years ago, and she said, "Dad, this is the best day of my life." And I said, "No, I don't know," but either way, she thought it was exciting and seeing them do their work. I think she wasn't real worried. I don't think. Oddly enough, the way the flames were burning, the wind was going the opposite direction. They were burning against the wind, so they really weren't picking up any significant speed or steam.
Anything else you would like to add?
Just, I'm glad it wasn't a windy day. That's kind of the thing. Just very lucky.